Day number 2, decided to have the car towed up to the shop. That way I can burp the coolant. Not make a mess in my driveway or my garage. I got free towing from State Farm. Shout out State Farm, Joe Burton over there, over off of Morris Road. Best insurance agency. Car's here. And we're gonna talk about the new upgrade since yesterday. There she is, the PWR intercooler. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Fit and finish, absolutely perfect. If you are trying to fit this, it's your first time putting an intercooler on, you do have to relocate your ambient temp sensor. I already did that with my PRL one. There are also some flaps on the back side of the bumper that usually go right here. And those flaps kind of come over because the old intercooler doesn't fill up this entire area. So there's a little tiny rubber shield that kind of directs the air into the stock intercooler. So remove those. There's 2 little rubber flaps, because when you go to push your bumper on, you're gonna have a lot of resistance and you're gonna be like, why is it not fitting? Then you're gonna do what I did and you're gonna put it on and have to take it back off because you realize that you're a dum-dum. But it's on there, looks great. Radiator's in there. I am really debating doing an AC delete. Got an old friend that always gave me crap for not having AC and my boosted Civic. I was like, nah, who cares? I just want to make power. But I will say that the car would operate 10 times better if it did not have a condenser in the way of the radiator. Air would go right through here, right through the radiator, and not have to go through the condenser first. The other option would be to get a smaller condenser. If I can retrofit something from like an old 90s Civic, or maybe even a smaller car that fits in here. So it only takes up, I don't know, like a small section just above the intercooler, or maybe just to one side. That would be ideal. Not too much damage from the track day. Everything went pretty well as far as removal and reinstallation. Didn't break any clips. Lost a couple bolts.
But I found it.
I did search for that black bolt from the valve cover up and through here to try and see if I could find it. I could not. I don't know where it is. I'm assuming it's out on track somewhere. But no damage underneath from going off track. I already cleaned up this. The control arms were caked in dirt and
poop
and mud and everything else, so I cleaned those up. Just a little bit of
poop
on the back here. Absolutely reeks of coolant underneath the car. So not too excited for smelling coolant for the next 1,000 miles while the car gets rid of the scent. I'm gonna try and drive it in some heavy rain, take it to a car wash, or just power wash it in the driveway as much as I can to get rid of that scent, because every time I smell it, I'm gonna think I got another coolant leak, but in reality, it's nothing. So we are going to put the bumper back on. Tomorrow, I'm going to burp the coolant. I did not stop at Honda and get some coolant today, so I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. So there it is. PWR intercooler. Just to give you a heads up, if you want to call and order one of these, ask to speak with the sales rep Riley. Very knowledgeable on the FL5 and FK8 platforms. Riley gave me lots of good input. Also with PWR, something that I really like that Riley did. They work alongside wide open throttle performance, WOT performance, in building this. So this was actually Watt's design, working with PWR using their cores, because they have the best cores. Watt allowed them to use his design for the triple bypass, but in return, Watt is the only company that will offer the mounting points for oil coolers or transmission coolers and something else I can't remember. So if you're a true 100% track all the time, if you live out in California and you're looking for more coolers, that is probably the option to go with. But PWR took care of me. Said, you know, his does have more stuff. It is slightly more expensive, but it's the same thing. And then also for him to say go to another company if you wanted, because it is slightly better, says a lot about them. But you know, they're not trying to get everybody for every dollar that they got. If there is a better option, he was kind of letting me know about it. So they got my business for life. Shipment came as fast as it was going to, with it being hand built and made to. They don't build it until you order it, from my understanding. That could be different. They might have some set on the shelf for your specific platform, but for mine I had to wait, being that this was just released the day. Actually, it wasn't released when I first called, and I had to wait for them to release it 3 days later, and I ordered it the day that they did. Yeah, Riley over at PWR hooked it up. So I asked him, I said, sell me on your intercooler. I said, I'm already buying the radiator. I've heard about the intercooler. Sell me on it. He said they tested theirs against another company. I'm not going to say, but when they tested theirs, it was 40 degrees higher ambient temp, and the intake air temperatures were 40 degrees cooler when they tested theirs. So say it's 50 degrees outside and they run that company's, and then it's 90 degrees and they run theirs. Theirs was 40 degrees cooler than the competitors. So
wow, let's take another look at that glove.
That alone is enough. This weighs 11 pounds. Most of your other aftermarket intercooler options weigh anywhere between 15 to on the higher side of about 30. So if you're looking to save some weight, which I am, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, I've lost quite a bit of pounds since my first post. That was recorded months and months and months ago. I've just now got around to having somebody edit it. I was gonna try to edit it myself, but I'm too lazy for that. So, yeah, finishing up here. We are going to get the car back down on the ground.
I threw it on the ground.
Funnel on it. And I'm gonna go stop at Honda, grab some coolant, and go home. So start up tomorrow, burp the coolant, put the bumper on. I'm first gonna make sure that I don't have any leaks before I put the bumper on, because I do not want to take it back off. Hope you guys find my videos enjoyable somewhat. It's not really nothing, write home about, but just sharing my knowledge, sharing my experience with what I've done with the car, sharing my experience with my thoughts on the companies that I'm getting stuff from, what they offer, how nice they are. Yeah, welcome to the channel again. Still new to this whole thing, holding the phone in front of me and talking to nothing. There's nobody there. It's awkward. If I want to make memories and share memories with people, I guess that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it. So here I am. All right, guys. Peace out.